Hello, this is Joy from Technical Art Lab, here to show you some game UI effects. Today I'm going to conduct the tutorial in English. Although my English isn't perfect, I'll do my best to convey the content clearly. In this video, I will let you know how to set up animations and showcasing some interesting custom shader effects using stencils. Stencils are a unique feature that allows you to selectively render images, much like a mask. In simple terms, you can think of it as a tool that makes only pixels that meet specific conditions visible or hidden. For example, you can make only a specific area visible within a window frame, like a space outside a window, or show a new space within a specific area, like a portal. To use stencils, you just declare in the shader that you want to use stencils. At this time, you can set three unique stencil-related options. First is Stencil ID, also known as Stencil Reference. Although they are different in principle, they are sometimes used together. Second is Stencil Comparison Operation, also known as Stencil Compression. It determines whether to pass rendering when comparing with the reference value of the stencil test, whether it's larger or smaller. Third is Stencil Pass Operation, also known as Stencil Operation. It's like a work instruction. You can instruct the stencil buffer to maintain, change, decrease, or increase values that have passed the stencil test. These concepts are a bit difficult and complex, but you will gradually understand them as you work. I haven't fully grasped them yet either, and I've been learning through hands-on experience, like, oh, it appears in this situation, or oh, it hides in this situation, while working on projects. Anyway, let's create something. I've made an effect that lays a black and white background using stencils. And when you press a button, the screen transitions from black and white to color. And the screen also transitions between color and black and white. First, I created the necessary images using AI and then edited them in Photopea, which is a free program similar to Photoshop. I prepared one background image for the screen, a frame image for the button, a mask image for the lower mask behind the frame, and 4 object images for the items. I extracted each of these images and placed them into the project folder. For the item mask image, I pre-calculated the area that might need to expand in the sprite editor just in case. The hierarchy structure needed looks like this. I laid an image for the black and white effect at the back, placed an original background image in front of it to fake a smooth mask effect, and added a color image at the very front. Then I create a layout like a sandwich filling in the middle, and the mask image goes inside this. I created an item cell and placed the mask image to show the color image behind the frame and position the items in front of it. These items are grouped and placed in a layout group. Search for layout group in the component and adjust the options to the center alignment. A total of 3 same images are needed for the background. The reason for creating this somewhat complex sandwich structure is that this was the best method that I can do. Originally, my plan was to lay a black and white image in front of the background and place a mask image on the top, but I failed in the stencil calculation. So if anyone knows a better way, please let me know in the comments. I added a radius value to the shader for the color image so that the alpha gradually fades from the edge. Instead of the shader graph I used before, I created all the shaders with help of ChatGPT and Google Gemini. If you ask, refine, and ask, and refine, you can create a usable shader if you have imagination and sufficient explanation. I encourage you to try it. However, for those who are short on time or want to get hints from the shader I created, I will share all shader code in the comments. Please check the pinned comment. I used 2 types of shaders, a grayscale shader and a color image shader with a radius value of stenciling. I created and assigned materials to the color image and mask image respectively. I also assigned the material for the grayscale shader to the grayscale image. Stencils are important here. I set the ID, compression, and path of the gray image to 7, 1, 2 respectively, the color image to 6, 1, and 0, and the mask image to 4, 1, and 7. With these settings, you can gradually turn on the mask image and change the black and white image to a color image, and the mask image can also be moved freely. Since the color image is at the very front, I set canvas components on the sandwich image in the middle. If you enter the higher canvas value as the color background image in the front, the general object image will come forward. Next, I added animators to each button. I added a selected bow to show the effect only once when clicked and set it to return to the normal state when the button is clicked again. I created a button animator and added 2 scripts to control the radius value of the material. I added the created simple radius control component to the color background image and the mask image of the item, created an animator and controlled the radius control key in the animation. In the item animator, I also added a responsive move that appears when clicked. Finally, I created one more simple toggle animator bow script to check the bow when clicked. I added the bow script to the component and connected each animator. And if you add the selected bow parameter to be checked by the onClick event call, the effect of smoothly releasing the mask and clicking the button is completed when playing. I will share the worked code and script for free through the Google Drive. I hope it gives you hints for implementing your ideas. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching today.